something I need to tell you. I can't get you off of my mind. There's just something about you. You're like a sweet, soft surprise. Your smile gets me high. You take my breath away. My mind is open wide. What more can I say? I heart you. I heart you. Yes. When we spend time together, feels like you know me for years. You're slowly breaking down my defenses. You're wiping away all my fears. The smile gets me high. You take my breath away. My mind is open wide. What more? What more? I heart you, yes. I heart you. Oh, 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 oh. I heart you, yes. I heart you, yes. Beautiful lady, yeah. With you I see forever. Seems like you've known me for years. Breaking down my defenses and wiping away all your fears. Smile gets me high. You take my breath away. My mind is open wide. What more can I say? I think I'm falling in love. I think I'm falling in love once again. I'm singing la 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 la. Take my breath away. Singing la 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 la. What more can I say? Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It is now time for the Indie Live Spot right here on your station GHP Radio, your independent music source.
with nothing special and need something more. Same old ain't working for ya. Then you gotta let it go. Yeah, yeah. Just spoil yourself a little. You deserve to enjoy the life you work so hard to lead. So why not treat the one who stares you in the mirror? You know you're long overdue for some
maybe you don't exist. I don't know. Written on my lips, it's you I can't resist.
Losing time,
losing time.
Search my mind,
search my mind.
Standing alone, a shadow followed mine.
You followed me.
Mere mystique,
mere mystique.
So unique.
This is you beside me.
I love you.
distraction. Everywhere I need to be, distraction get the best of me. But I'm on my way, can't stop me. There's a brighter day ahead of me, but you never give up the fight. Stay inside the light. Patience is the key, where you want to be, but you never give up your dream. Hard as it may seem, man, just not how long. Inside you must stay strong, but you never give up your hold. Someone will handle wrong. Hold on and on and on and on and on. We go through changes, life rearranges. Everywhere we thought we'd be, longer than we want to see. Some stop their dreaming, some take to scheming. I know what is wrong from right, I never give up the fight. 'Cause I'm on my way, can't stop me. There's a brighter day ahead of me. Don't mock me, can't stop me, but you never give up the fight. Stay inside the light. Patience is the key, where you want to be, but you never give up your dream. Hard as it may seem, man, just not how long. Inside you must stay strong, but you never give up your hold. Someone will handle wrong. Hold on and on and on and I know I'll always rise. I got to, because the prize belongs to those who fight through. Don't mock me, can't stop me, but your hard times come and go. Stay inside the light. Make you strong, let you know. Patience is the key, where you want to be. If you keep up your dream, make you stronger. Hard as it may seem, hold on, just not how long. Little longer, stay strong. You gotta hold on. You gotta stay inside the light. Patience is the key, be strong, where you want to be. You gotta hold on, be strong, hold on. Hey, hey.
killing our children. What we gonna do? What's going on? Why are people dying so young? Tell me now. Can you tell me why? Why are people dropping like flies? Tell me now. Ooh, people don't give a damn, and I don't understand. Does anybody knows how deep the rabbit hole goes? Ooh, we're in the matrix. Oh, we're in the matrix. Oh, yeah, we are. Listen, every time I look around, they tell me cancer is putting somebody down. Yes, it is. And for a minute, everything is fine. Well, then the next thing I know, somebody got a stroke and left their family behind. I can't stand it. Ooh. 'Cause what we eat and what we drink is all a lie. Chemicals falling from the sky, and you walk around and you're still asleep. Know the truth because the truth will set you free from the matrix. Oh, listen to me. The matrix. It's got your mind. It's got your children. Chemtrails falling from the sky, putting poison in your food that you eat.
when it's hard to focus on your day. Just take a breath, look deep down inside your soul. Don't ever let love slip away. You gotta hold on to love. Hold on to that precious love. Hold on to your hopes and dreams. Hold on to love. We can't control all that happens in this world, but we should always question why. Whatever you go through in this crazy life, don't ever let love pass you by. You gotta hold on to love. Hold on to that precious love. Hold on to your hopes and dreams. Hold on to love. That precious love. Hold on to your hopes and dreams. Hold on to love. You gotta hold on to your precious love.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. We are live right here on the Indie Live spot, and we're very excited about our featured guest today. We got Mr. Will Reddy in the house, and of course my co-host Griselda and Ray MAC, of course, and Joyce Spencer's with me, along with our featured guest. Let's welcome Will Reddy.
What's up?
What's happening? What's happening, man? How you been?
Oh man, I've been good, man. Can't go, and if I wasn't, can't complain about it no way. So I'm doing good.
I know that's right. I know that's right. Well, we're glad to have you back on the show, man. And it's been a little bit.
Hey, I appreciate it.
It's been a minute since you were here the last time.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
Welcome back.
I appreciate the opportunity. I really do.
Yes, indeed. Before we get into it, I want to go ahead and give our listeners a rundown on some of the music that they heard at the beginning of the show. You just got to hearing "Hold On to Love" by we call it YJ, but it's Yvonne J, of course. And then before that, you heard the sounds of Blendjazz with "You're the One." Tim Austin Mitchell Band with The Matrix, Groove Centric with Morning Dew. That was our featured guest last week. And then you heard a brand new track from Dorie. It was really nice, called Never Give Up the Fight. And you heard the sounds of Kia Michaels with I Love You. And you also heard Julian Vaughn with Going Out.
and we kicked it off with Kayte Burgess with Treat Yourself. And now back to our featured guest today, Mr. Will Reddy. Will Reddy got some new music. We're gonna be listening to that here in a little while. But you know, we just want to kind of conversate with Mr. Will, see what he's been up to. Yeah. So what's been going on, Will? Since the last time you were on the show, I know you've been doing a lot. You moved around some and just doing all kinds of things. You got some new music for us. So what's happening now?
Well, yeah, released this new music of Black Coffee. Basically, I took some of the old stuff that I had never released before and mixed it with some new stuff I was working on, and I came up with Black Coffee. And I'm in the process of getting ready to shoot the video, maybe in about a month and a half for that one. And getting ready to get back out, start promoting the CD. So by the time the New Year's pop around February, then my stuff will be out, promoted real good, and I could do, start doing a little promotional tour.
Nice.
Cool.
Word. Yeah. See, the last time we talked to you, were you in Vegas then, or?
I was in Vegas, yeah. I was in Vegas.
So now you're in the ATL, huh?
I'm in Atlanta, Georgia.
Cool, man. So how's that been for you?
I love it. I love it. Gets kind of hot sometimes, but I like it.
Right.
Yeah.
We understand hot in Texas. Trust me.
Oh yeah.
Well, it was hot in Vegas too, but it was a different kind of hot in Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
When I was in Vegas, I was light skinned when I went there. That was a whole different kind of hot.
You rose it to the next level, huh?
So
Next level. It was so hot. It got so hot one time. I think it got like to 117. That's crazy right there.
Ooh, that is hot.
yeah, that is Vegas though.
You can cook your food on that.
That's hot as fish grease.
That's hot.
Yes, it is.
My goodness.
Yeah. So what's the name of the new project?
Black Coffee. It's called Black Coffee, and basically
Track or the album?
the name of the album is called Black Coffee,
Okay,
and the
got
title
it.
track is Black Coffee.
Gotcha. Okay.
And Black Coffee, that single, it's different. If you listen to the words, it's talking about coffee shops, but it's also talking about the different flavors of women also. The different flavors that y'all come in, and all of it's good. And so that's basically what it's talking about, about coffee shops, the different flavors of women, and the different reasons people go to coffee shops. First dates.
For women? Oh.
Huh?
I said for the women?
They go there for a lot of different reasons. It's not always to study.
But that sounds like my family. Light bright, almost white, to real dark as night. So.
Wow, Joyce made a verse there.
So it's going to be it's a little anthem, just for the women and stuff like that, for the ladies.
Oh.
And the ideal is
Positive, right?
And the ideal is the coffee shops bite onto it. So I want to do like say if I'm doing a tour somewhere, I want to do like a black coffee. I want to call the tour Black Coffee Tour. So during the day, I'll go to some of the upscale coffee shops and do some meet and greets. And then later on at night, I go ahead and do the show. Things like another way to just tap into your audience and build on it.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Awesome. So it sounds like that you're really into marketing. Talk to us about your marketing practices and how important it is to your musical career.
Well, yeah, you have to be, especially as an indie. I say as an indie artist, any artist, but especially an indie, if you want to make a living doing it full time, you have to market and promote, and then you got to be creative, different ways to make income.
Mm-hmm. What about, do you get approached by services that says, oh, I'm a publicist, I public relations, and I can offer you marketing and exposure, et cetera, for X hours per month. I
do get approached by some of them, but some of the prices they charge, $3,500 to $4,500 a month. And for radio, if some of the radio promotions $3,500, $400, $500 a month, and that's just to submit your stuff. That doesn't guarantee it's gonna get played.
Right.
So I figure I can do that myself.
Well, and that's the thing that I've often said, can you do something that I'm not doing already? getting me more followers on Facebook is something that's we're already doing as independent artists.
Exactly.
We do that already. So I've often wondered, I always ask other artists, what do you think about this? Because it boggles my mind, thousands of dollars a month. And I want to say, do you know how much our tracks sell for? 99 cents. You know?
You know, the best thing I found out that works for me, and I tell you what works, is using all the social media and to lure people back to your website. If you get people to go back and join your mailing list, your mailing list is the key.
Right.
So you can send that newsletter out, and even if they don't buy initially, they probably will buy later on.
Right.
And that's what I found is the key, because social media, they might like it, but you might have 20,000 people. That doesn't mean they're buying anything.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
Just like Reverb Nation. I was #1 in the region for a long time. And then one day I had a divine revelation and said, well, how much money have you made?
Right.
Not even a cent. Yeah, I didn't sell one track. And so I said, okay, I need to put my efforts in another area. Because this is not, I guess they call it a conversion rate. What's your conversion rate? So I had to start looking at things and deciding where should I put my efforts. So what do you think is your best marketing? Is it Facebook like you just mentioned, or?
No, I think the best thing is I've used a combination of Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And basically I develop friends in different, I'd like say like if I want to do a tour in Texas, I'll start friending people in those area codes, right?
Okay.
And eventually they're going to ask you what you do. And so when they do that, that's when I don't come at them trying to sell them stuff all the time. I just talk to them. You have to become it takes time. You have to, when like a Gary tweets something or put something, I need to, talk to him, not just about selling him something, but show that what he's talking about is important,
Right.
and spread that. So when I do something, Gary's going to want to do it. He's going to do the same thing, not just, badgering people to buy something all the time.
Right.
And if you get people to like you, they'll want to buy something.
So you think it's more about relationships now?
Relationship, that's exactly what it is. It's about establishing relationships.
Yeah.
Okay. Great.
Yeah.
I don't know if Gary has another question, but I'd like to know how you got started in music. I'm sure that was on your list, wasn't it, Gary?
It might sound weird how I tell you. When I tell you this, it may sound crazy, but it's funny. I was playing basketball in Europe for Air Force, then I played over in Europe, and I hurt my knee. So women used to always say, you got a nice speaking voice, right? So I said, when I knew I was getting ready to get out the Air Force, I said, I do not want to work for nobody ever again. I knew that. But I want to find something exciting and stuff like that. So I said, I'd take the music and stuff. And I said, well, I'm going to try, start writing songs and stuff. So what I do, I would listen to songs that I like on the radio and stuff and see how they format them. And I just started writing stuff and started getting in shows and stuff. And at first it was hard to get on shows. So I started writing, building, do my own show. And so I just started taking it from there and just started doing it. Just wanted to do. So I found something that I really wanted to do. I didn't have no bunch of kids. I wasn't married. So I could take the chance. And if it did fail, it was just going to be me. And then it's like, being independent, what I like about that is that you can tweak it and you can, it's not written in stone. I got to do it this way. I can do it that way. You can create your own avenue and find different ways of things to work. You might not never make Michael Jackson money, but you can make a decent living.
Right.
But you got to get creative, and you got to be homework. It's like you was asking a question about publicists and PR people. What I do, I get books, I do my research, I read that stuff, and I take some good information out there, and I do it myself. I just take the time and do it instead of paying somebody $4,500 like my website. I built my own website because I would pay somebody to buy it, and then I didn't like it. I didn't like it. And then you got to try to track them down to add stuff to your website and stuff like that. That got old. So I found a place that I like, and I learned how to use their templates. So I do my own websites. And I tell people all the time, if you ask a web designer to look at your site, he's going to find something wrong.
All the time.
Listen to your song, he's going to find something wrong because he wants the business.
Exactly.
Right.
So you just got to, find what you like and then just go with it. And, trust in it, pray on it, and go with it.
Amen. I mean, it's just like you get these services. Let us not analyze. What's the word they use? Your song. And I'm like, why? It's released. I can't change anything. I don't need you to what's the language they use? It's not analyze. I'm being too analytical, but they review your song. I guess the word critique, review, and we will give you a written. I'm like, why? Because why? Especially if you want me to pay you the stuff. Because once my song is released, you can give me your opinion all day long. I'm not going to change anything. It's a done deal. So why do I want to be? I just never understood that. So maybe somebody can tell me why, but I just couldn't figure it out.
I tell people when they say that to me, I ask them when they start paying for studio time, then I listen to their opinion. But until then, I'm going to do what I feel is best for me, what fits me. And it's not going to be for everybody, you know, but there's enough. You can write the craziest song in the world, and I guarantee you, if you use the whole world, somebody's going to like it.
Yes.
Someone's going to like it.
Gris, she checked the chat line. Something John said that.
Oh, he says because I have over 10,000 fans on Facebook and it has not made that much impact. So I have signed with a top spin doctor for Billboard to get me out there.
What do you think about that, spin doctor?
I mean, it depends on how much he's charging.
Yeah.
What's his debt? You know, a lot of times they tell you to do that and they want you to do it for 3 months at least. And then you know, and if it's it's $3,500, you just spent 3 months with, that's almost $10,000.
Yeah.
So to me, I can go get me some commercials done, some Facebook advertisement, some Instagram advertising. I'd rather take my chances with that.
And that's about the quote that I received too. It was in the thousands, up to 10,000.
That's a lot of money.
And again, I wanted to say, do you know I'm an independent artist? I'm not Warner Brothers. I'm not Sony.
I don't have the bank.
I don't. Yeah, I mean, I was honest, and I tell them I don't have that kind of budget. You know, especially when we don't have. Even if I had a full-time job, that would still be a lot of money, in my opinion.
I think the key to it ain't that you can't be a lazy artist and you just can't be about just singing. You got to be a business. You got to turn into a businessman or woman, and you got to learn it. And you got to learn how to market and promote until you get the right people on your team that believe in you, that's willing to work with you while you building it up. Because every time you get, you know, you got to spend more money on marketing and promotion than you did recording your album. You got to promote it out there, but you can't wait to give it to somebody that's going to get you 2 likes in 2 months. I can do that myself.
Well, you know, it's just like this. You know, if you got someone out there that's going to promote your music and get it into every area, because see, you got to even think it's still terrestrial radio out there that's playing music besides the internet, and you still have people that I think you still probably got some distribution company. You know, they're still obscure, but you still have them. But the thing is, you know, if you pay a person $3,500 for 4 months, and them 4 months or 3 months of work for you and get you out there, that's something that you should do.
Yes, I agree with that. But not $3,500. Not $3,500 every month.
No.
Not every month, and then you don't get no results.
Well, see, but just like I'm used to group after 5. Okay, then when I took over the radio, doing the radio promotion, it was $3,500. You know, you do it for 6 to 8 weeks. Okay, then that's to get them in rotation, move them up in the rotation, and you know, like I said, first thing is get them added, then start moving them up in the rotation. This is on terrestrial radio, and it's the same thing that's here on the internet, on these internet radio stations, because you just some that's still playing some of the music. You can go in there and listen to them 4 or 5 songs, and every 45 minutes, about 4 songs in 45 minutes, the same song over and over. It's still the same. There's nothing changed. But if you can find a person that you can pay for 6 to 8 weeks to do your promotion, do what you need to do, it'd be worth it.
Well, you know, with me, I feel this right here. If you find somebody legit that can do it, but what I found from a lot of them, they say with radio, this is just my experience with them, is that they say this is submitted. Now, we can't promise you anything. We're just going to submit it to them. When that word submit, you got to listen to that word. That word submit. I can't pay nobody no $15,000, $2,000, $3,000 just to submit my stuff.
Just to submit?
just so I can submit it myself. I got a list of radio stations I can submit it to.
Right. I agree.
Oh, sorry. And just real quick, Will, from what you were talking about, John put in the chat room. He says, because I have a good deal with his new single that he's tried everything, and then he says that I have a because I moved. Because I've tried everything and spent tons of money. It's who you know and trust their history.
Well, okay, John.
Even then, you have to. If you don't have the money, you don't have the money. If you don't have $3,500, you don't have it.
Well, see,
unless you go sell something.
No, the thing is, if you out there performing and you're making some money, then put some of the money back, for your other needs, or for recording, whatever you're gonna do. Don't take all the money and just pay all your bills with it, household bills and stuff. Put some of that money back.
But there are people. There are a lot of people that are in the. I'm blessed that I have my husband, but there's some people that are single. They're by themselves. They do not have the money, and if they don't pay their rent, they will be on the street.
Hold on. Just think. They're out there on a full-time job. Okay, then, but they're out there doing their recording. They're paying studios to do their recordings. They're paying to get their music pressed up, or whatever the case may be. They're still spending money.
Yeah, but not all of them.
My problem, this is what I say this right here. If they can legitimately say, no, they can get my stuff played, I think it's worth it. But they just tell me they're going to submit it, to me it's not worth it.
Right, because you can do that yourself.
Exactly.
I asked them the same thing. What is it that you can do for me that I'm not already doing?
For yourself,
Exactly. And that's the thing.
Even right now,
with
my artists, what I did, I've got my list of radio stations, and it's over about 1,300 radio stations I can submit stuff to for my artists. Same thing for blogs and podcasts and stuff like that. So magazines and stuff to do reviews, and I got a list of venues for them to perform at, and I can do those same things for those artists that I'm doing for myself. And I know they can't afford no $3,500. So what I do with my artists, I talk to them and I see if I like their music and it's done, then what I do, I get them a price where they definitely can affordable a month. And then I get them to a certain point, and then my whole goal is to get them where they can do music full time. They may not never win a Grammy, they may not never, make Michael Jackson money, but at least they can do it full time. And I've been doing it full time for a long time. I mean, I'm doing Delta now, and that's because I fly free. They don't interfere with me on the weekends when I'm ready to go do my shows, and that's cool with me. But, I mean,
you manage people too. Is that what I'm hearing, Will?
Yeah, I manage people also, and I market and promote people too. But you got to, like I said, you got to think of different ways to make money. And it was by mistake because I got tired of giving people money that wasn't doing nothing. So I found out for myself how to do it. And not saying, like I said, once again, I don't make millions of dollars, but I make good money doing what I'm doing. And Ray MAC can tell you, and Gary can tell you, I'm gone all the time. I go.
I know. I talk to you regularly. You talk, on a regular basis,
Yeah, and you can't make excuses. If you want to do this, you can't make excuses. But what you can't do, if you don't have the money, there's knowledge out there. There's books you can buy online that you buy and read that can tell you how to do this stuff. But most people are lazy and don't even want to do that. They want everybody to do everything for them. If you can't afford for them to pay for it, then you need to do it.
Yeah.
You need to learn how to do it.
I do agree with that.
That's right.
You do
but
need
the thing is, like I said, if you're out there doing a gig, if you, depends on what you charge them to do the gig. Put $100 or whatever. Put a little bit of that back so you can do other things. Don't take all the money and spend it on whatever. Put some of that money back that you make even on your CD sales.
Let me tell you what I do with mine. What I do, I take my money. When I want to learn how to do something, I pay for a class. Like there's so many classes you can take as far as with music business, like online. I pay for that class and learn how to do that, and then I know how to do it. And then I invest most of my money into merchandise. That's where you're gonna make most of your money.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's what
That's what John just said in the chat room.
Yeah. merchandise, and then I got my list of. I got my list. I got my intro letters and stuff that I send out to radio stations, to blogs, to do reviews and everything. I send this stuff out myself. I use Hootsuite to do a lot of that stuff.
Right.
To stay on top of my social media and everything. So there's ways of doing stuff. You just got to learn. If you don't have the money to do it, you got to take the time to do it.
Yeah.
Right.
And get the knowledge and stuff. I don't mind paying for somebody. If like right now, if Ray Mac and Gary tell me, hey, I can get you on 100 radio, I can guarantee I can get you on 100 radio station, but it's gonna cost you $3,500. I'll call for it. I'll get that $3,500. But if they telling me I charge you $3,500 a month to submit your stuff, then I'm not gonna spend that $3,500 with them.
There's a difference.
Well, see, the thing is, back in the day, well, I used to do a lot of radio tracking. Okay, then. I was dealing with one group though, but I got them. Oh God, I got them all on the Harbor Show, which is satellite network now. It's XM, the Weather Channel, all overseas. I'm steady tracking this, and like I said, for 6 to 8 weeks, that's $3,500. I'm letting them know because they would get those tracking sheets from me every week.
Well, Ray Mac, everybody's not nice. Everybody's not good and have good-hearted like you. Some people just will take your money.
Yeah, that's true.
Everybody's not like that.
No.
Yeah.
And like I said, you really need to know what are your connections. When they contact me, what can you do, with all due respect, that I'm not already doing? And one of the things, I said, well, let me tell you what my need is. And I tell them, this is my need. Well, we can't. I said, then I cannot invest in something that doesn't meet my need.
Exactly.
And like you say, submit. Okay, submit. And it is time consuming though, because like you, I created my own website and I even do my own graphics. Gary's the same way too. He's very self-contained.
Even the magazine billboards, Jazz Time, Jazz Is. You got these certain magazines that you can submit your articles to them, and even your music. And if they like, to give you a good review on it, you're pretty much on your way. It ain't about who you know, it's what you know.
That's the knowledge. You got to gain that knowledge, though. You can't be lazy, and you got to get the knowledge.
Too, though.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's a little bit of both. It's a little both.
Yeah.
You got to get that knowledge, and you got to get out of the network and get the knowledge and stuff. I think one of the biggest things that helped me a whole lot was that newsletter I was doing, which I'm getting ready to start back again after the New Year's.
Yeah.
That helped a whole lot. Staying in touch with people, and like I said, a lot of times not just asking them to buy stuff all the time.
Right. When I did newsletters, I talked about health issues in different ways, and I found people like that. I like you. I haven't done it in months. We wear so many hats though.
I'm just revamping. I'm revamping it and everything, and just doing it. Getting it together. But I'm going to start it back after the New Year's and stuff. But it's so many ways you can do this. You just can't be lazy. Like I'd rather go spend $12 on a book that can tell me how to do something. Somebody trying to charge me $4,000 to do.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Jazz.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
That's what I rather do.
All right. I think Russ is in the house, y'all. Is that Russ?
Is that who?
I don't know.
Yeah, that is Russ.
Hey,
FX
Russ.
is Russ.
Good to.
Russ Naughton.
Yeah.
Hey, Russ.
How you doing, Russ? Cool.
Well,
Doing that little acronym, I was like, I don't know who this is, but I'm saying hello. I was hoping one of you guys would know who that is.
I guess we got off the subject. We want to talk about your music, right, Gary? So we just took over again.
Yeah, well, that's what I was going to say. We're going to actually go ahead and start by listening to one of the tracks right quick, and then we'll come back and talk some more. This is good conversation. I mean, this is what all of us is in these same boats. It's just like it's one of those deals. You got to be self-contained doing this stuff. Because that's just the way it is. The music business is not like how it used to be.
No, and it's not like it was last year, and it's not like it was 2 years ago. It's not like it was 5 years ago.
Right.
And you have to be steady, flexible, and changing. And I always give credit to people like Gary and Gary Fuston and David McLorren, Sam Hankins, and I've watched how they are recording their own music and like I said, self-contained, and I learned from that. So actually, people are teaching me, even though they don't know that they are.
Yes, it's so much you can do, and work. Just like what I like about even the radio station that him and Mac do, Ray Mac do. I'd rather, submit my stuff to a radio station like them that I know is gonna play it, make a donation to them so they can keep running. You know what I'm saying?
That's it.
Instead of giving somebody $4,500 and not gonna play it.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That don't make sense.
It don't.
I want to hear some music.
Well, they definitely out there because they sure don't want to be playing on music. They got a set people that they're gonna play mainly the mainstreams.
Yep.
Mainly those mainstreams, and that's who is getting paid.
Yep.
And things like that. Now I put it like this: if some of these internet radio can afford to pay royalties, they would do that.
Mm-hmm.
But they can't afford it.
Well, you know what? I'm gonna tell you something. What I think about that. I think if they got a list, this is why I look at it. If you can get your stuff on internet radio station, they're willing to play your stuff, and all of a sudden, even if it's just 100 more people that heard your stuff than what you had before they got on there, to me, it's worth it.
It is. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
To me, that's worth it.
I have that. I don't care if it's 5 more people.
Exactly.
It's worth it. I'm that way too. I am. I've always been that way.
It adds up after a while. It adds up.
It does. Because it only takes one.
Mm-hmm.
You never know who's listening.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Amber alert. I had to get mine too. Like, gosh, hush. Okay, G. So, which song we're going to listen to right now?
Yeah, let's start out with Will. Tell us a little bit about "Get My Groove On."
Get My Groove On.
Yes, sir.
When I wrote that song, man, there was a woman. She was so bad. I mean, Mac. Look at me, Mac. I'm usually laid back, but this one I had to go after her, Mac. She was so bad. So that's basically what that song. I'm gonna be honest. That's what that song was written from. I'm trying to get my groove on. I ain't sitting here trying to sugarcoat it. I ain't trying to be your friend. I mean, we can be friends, but we need to go to the next level too. But that's basically what that song is about. Why, showing you, hey, I know how to treat you. You don't need I don't need no book to teach you. For you to teach me how to treat you, listen to the song, and I tell you, I know how to do it.
All right. All right. Okay. Well, let's jump into it, and then of course we'll be back. And for those that just tuned in, if you just tuned in, we do have our guest today, Will Reddy, and so we just had some conversation. We're gonna have some more of it, and but right now we're gonna go ahead and jump into some of the music. So let's start out with "Get My Groove On," and we'll be right back right here on the Indie Live spot. Keep it locked. Do not go anywhere. We'll be right back.
This song's go out for all the ladies in the house tonight. Another Yancey production. Yo, Yancey, turn this track up.
Anything for you, if to be my wife. I seen you
what your other man wants. It's all. I'm trying to get my groove on, groove. Trying to get my swerve on tonight. I wanna get it on. It's all. I'm trying to get my groove on, groove. Trying to get my swerve on tonight. Don't wanna be alone. It's all. I'm trying to get my groove on. ATL, baby. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Give it one time. Shorty, tell me what's going on. Lately been feeling all alone. Got a funny feeling deep in my bones. Something kinda strange is going on. If you didn't drive a fancy car, would you be my girl? If you didn't have a lot of money, would you still come around? If you didn't buy the fancy things and wanna bring it all night long, tell me what would you do? Would you still be my girl? I gotta know what's on your mind. Gotta know if I'm your kind. Gotta know how you feel about me, baby. Tell me if your love is real. Hey, if you didn't drive a fancy car, would you be my girl? If you didn't have a lot of money, would you still come around? If you didn't buy the fancy things and wanna bring it all night long, tell me what would you do? Would you still be my boo? Girl, I got something to tell ya. I don't feel the same no more. Every time you call me, you want something. You never ask me how I'm doing. Would you dance the same if the dough one stat like golden grain? Would you shake a little something, baby, lose your brain like a gift for 20 days when you earned your name and learned the game? Would you set the tone, still cook a player stripping high heels and thongs? Holla daddy is a pimp while I'm breaking your bones. Steal money from your mama just to lace the bro, and the shoes is chrome. Would you get down if the Chris stopped pouring? Would you get down if the ice stopped going? Would you get down if I earned the same? Stay where you stay, caught the bus in the rain. Would you get down if my crew wasn't paid? Would you get down if you know you got paid? Would you get down if I earned the same? Stay where you stay, caught the bus in the rain. If you didn't drive a fancy car, would you be my girl? If you didn't have a lot of money, would you still come around? If you didn't buy the fancy things and wanna bring it all night long, tell me what would you do? Would you still be my girl? If you didn't drive a fancy car, would you be my girl? If you didn't have a lot of money, would you still come around? If you didn't buy the fancy things and wanna bring it all night long, tell me what would you do? Would you still be my girl? If you didn't drive a fancy car, would you be my girl? If you didn't have a lot of money, would you still come around? If you didn't buy the fancy things and wanna bring it all night long, tell me what would you do? Would you still be my
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back, and that was Will Ready. We got some good feedback, but that first track there was, like I said, it was called "Get My Groove On," and then we went into the track "If." So, Will, nice man. Tell us a little bit about "If" right quick.
Well, like I said before, on Get My Groove Back, it was about this fine lady I was trying to get with. Well, if it's like I done got her now. Now my question is, are you with me because where I work at or what I'm driving, or do you really like me? So I want to know, if I didn't drive a fancy car, would you be my girl? You know.
All right.
So just asking the question.
Yes. Very nice, very nice.
But this is what I always say when a man is worried about what a woman wants from me. I said, if you have a daughter, what kind of man would you like her to have?
You know, that's true. We know, just like y'all like security, we like it too. We might show it in a different way,
Mm-hmm.
but we want to know that you like us for us, not just for what we can buy you.
Right.
You'll be able to tell. I promise you.
Yeah, you will, but you still want to know, and then
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, you want to know, like I said, I don't run into a lot of females out there, but I've been married to the same one for 45 years. I've been smelling that same breath.
Oh, stop that.
It's the truth. It's the truth. It's the same, 45
That
years.
is just so wrong.
I'm glad we're not on camera right now because you guys in the chat line.
No, I have said it to her, and she just fall out laughing and said, "Boy, you is crazy."
Okay. I have a question on my mind, and that kind of distracted me.
When you find them, they out there. My grandmother will, when she first met my wife, and she said, "Boy, you got one of them Southern girls." She asked, "Where you from, child?" She said, "I'm from Memphis, Tennessee." And she got that slow kind of draw Southern accent. She said, "Boy, you got your good one. You better hold on to it."
Yeah. Oh, when you get a good one, you better hold on to it.
That's right.
That's right.
That's right. So
now I know what I was going to say. I was out after the first song, Let Me Get My Groove On. I didn't know how to ask you, did you get her or not?
I got her. That's why the other song was written, because I wanted to know. I said, okay, I got her and stuff like this. And I don't mind. I think it's nothing wrong with whining and dining one woman. I can't do 2 and 3 or 4 of them. I can do one. But I just wanted to know how she felt. So I had these thoughts in my head. So I just thought I'd ask her. If I didn't drive a fancy car, would you be my girl? If I didn't have a lot of loot, would you still come around? So basically just start writing a song. That's where it came from.
But you know something, Will? If you got good conversation and you say things that's kind of witty, and you grab the noggin, it works every time.
Most definitely.
It works every time.
Yeah.
You grab what?
That's a good
the
thing.
the head, get the head.
Oh.
It's not on a slick side or anything that you just say something that's real nice and something that you can relate to, something that a person has never heard before.
Well, that's a good thing about writing songs. It's like therapy.
That's what broke men say. No, I'm kidding.
Writing songs, that's a good thing about writing songs. It's like a therapy. So the things that you don't probably, just asking in a way in a song. So I like that. I like to write stuff, different things like that with questions that I might have.
I think the important thing is make it like you did. You made her feel like she was exclusive, that she was the center of your attention. That, my friend, is priceless. When you can give a woman that. Yeah.
And the thing about it is, when she deserves it. Now, because I wouldn't say everybody deserves that kind of treatment. Some people, everybody don't deserve that kind of treatment. But when you get the one that do, believe me, and I say this to everyone, you won't have to ask a man to do nothing. He's gonna want to do it.
That's true.
Well, that's true. Something. Let me flip the flip side of that coin.
Yeah, hold on. I gotta grab on to something.
Joyce.
Put your seatbelt.
It's a Mac attack, y'all. Hold on.
The thing is, we like the same thing. We like diamonds.
Yep.
We like flowers.
Yes.
We like candy. So it could be flipped over there too for us, because we like the same things that you like. And a lot of men, we're gonna show our masculinity and all of this here. But
what?
Being a man.
Stop.
I'm gonna tell you something.
But we have also some men. We do have feminine side to ourselves to show the passion and the love.
John said you love food
even though you want to take your woman out and do things, sometimes it's nice to just for out of blue, she said, "Hey baby, I want to take you out." Just every once in a while, that's cool to have. It don't happen a lot, but every once.
I agree with that.
Yeah,
it don't happen a lot, but every once in a while it's cool.
But it's a lot of times you have to find out what generally speaking with men, like generally speaking, but you still have to find out what your mate, what you need to them, what do they like.
Most definitely.
While, for example, my husband can't stand massages. Either doesn't like them. I love them.
Yeah, I like them too.
Like, so I'm thinking I'm going to do something special for him, and he said, I don't like massages. And I have my best friend, my BFF, she's like that. I said, what is wrong with y'all? Y'all don't like massages.
I could take one of those. I could take one of those once a day.
Me too.
It's just like I like to go to the salon to have my nails done. I like my nails to be manicured too.
Oh yeah.
Toes clipped and everything else.
Oh yeah.
Like that.
Hey, can I tell you something? I'm gonna tell you something. That stuff feels good. It feels good too.
Sorry, we're laughing at what's being said in the chat.
You have to. I usually try to warn people. If Grill and I are laughing, it's not at you. Sometimes we see something in the chat line.
Oh, okay.
But you got, even Gris, Reed, you had a lot of great feedback about your music. It just kept scrolling too fast.
Tell everybody I said thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they heard you.
Well, they heard you, babe.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Will, so being that you're down in the ATL now, do you get a lot of, do you play, go out and gig and stuff around the area?
You know the weird thing about it, my whole process right now, like this is the fourth quarter in the music business, right?
Yeah.
So this is my whole thing is this right here is getting ready for the springtime.
Oh yeah.
But what's been happening is I've been getting offers to do shows here and there and there. So I do them, but I'm really trying to get ready for the spring and stuff right there. That's my whole goal is to get ready for the springtime.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's definitely understandable.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you put that marketing and promotion in, and you build that awareness and make a demand for you. So when the springtime come around, then you can go do your shows because it's a demand for you.
Yeah. Yeah. It's good. That's a good
that's
process.
amazing.
True.
Really good process. Absolutely. Let's see. Anybody else? Y'all have anything y'all want to ask Will before?
Well, Gris and I, we take over, so we're trying to leave you some space here.
Some breathing room.
Yeah,
Yes.
before we go into some more of his music, but y'all, just jump in if you need to.
No, right now, no. I'm still trying to it was something else I was going to ask, right? I can't think at the moment.
Ray threw us off with that breath thing. That was just...
Oh, don't even remind me. Gross.
I do have to say,
that's just a little humor,
I guess I'll stop talking.
I would say something to Stella, that's witty to her, something she probably never heard before, or something like that. And she just look at me and just shake her head and fall out and start laughing. So you got to keep something like that going. It ain't always on the serious side.
Well,
they always be serious. You got to have a lot more going for you. And I can understand the song that you done, Will, and because you was after.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
You just got to be witty with your lady. You just have to be witty with them.
Yeah. Now the last
time. Right now I'm in the single mode, but I'm working on some things. I'm working on a few things.
Cool. Also, I was going to ask you, Will, I know the last time when you was here with us on your last project, you also had like videos that you had done.
Yeah, I'm getting ready to shoot Black Coffee. I'm getting ready to shoot the Black Coffee video. I'll do like 3 videos off the CD coming up, at least 3.
Okay.
But Black Coffee gonna be the first one.
Yeah. You already got some ideas laid?
Well, yeah, and the main thing what I did was that with Black Coffee, I'm working on getting some of my Black Coffee merchandise into these coffee shops also. So that's why I'm gonna get that one done and get that. So I got some good feedback about that.
Yeah.
To get some sponsorship with that. And then I work, from there. I don't know what the second one gonna be yet, but I know Black Coffee gonna be the first one.
Right. Cool. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and jump into the last two tracks, and then we'll come back and kind of wrap it up. We'll get you to tell us your information and stuff about your website, and all that kind of good stuff. But tell us, introduce us to this next two. In fact, one of them, I guess the one that we're gonna. Let me see here. Let me get them lined up here. The one that we have not played yet was "Hey Mommy," and and it also "You're the One for Me."
Well, "Hey Mommy" is basically, when you're out and stuff like that, you see this fine woman, and you know how sometimes you with your friends and stuff like that, and you just see somebody, and she just, like I said before, she just gorgeous. I mean, hot, and you just gotta say something. And that's basically what it is. It's a fun dance song, a little party song and stuff to get her to dance and have a good time and stuff. Because a lot of times you go out now, back in the day, people dance now, and women dancing by themselves because the men too cool.
Yeah.
So "Hey Mommy" is that's what that song. And "You're the One for Me" is just when like what Joyce was saying, when when you meet the right one for it's her, and and you just let her know, hey, you appreciate it, you understand her work.
Right.
You get it.
And before I do go into those two, there was a question in the chat from Michelle. She says, question is, are you planning a tour anytime in the near future?
Yes, boy. The main thing I'm doing right now is market and promote. And I'm gonna take this down month, this fourth quarter, and market and promote. And then I'll get feedback from the areas that's feeling me. That's where I'm gonna go and start, doing what first thing I do is a promotional tour, and then I'll come back with a full band and do a tour.
Oh, okay.
Right.
All right. Yeah, Michelle, she's out of the New York area, so you might look at.
Oh yeah, I've done stuff out in the D.C. area, Baltimore area before, but yeah, New York, I would love to go there.
Very nice. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and jump into the next two, and then we'll definitely come right back with you. And so, folks, get ready. Here's the next two, and we'll be right back. Keep it locked right here.
Body so stacked, mommy. Ooh yeah, better taste good, mommy.
feeling real hot. Girl, make it pop, drop it down, don't stop. Breathe, take a breath, go and do the two-step. Set it off in the spot, in the club, get wet. Drip sweat, ride dirty in the club tonight. Guarantee when you leave, you be feeling alright. So look to your right, then look to your left. There's some cats in the house, don't be like that. On the TV set is where you should be, cause when you move like that, look like Ridley. Believe it or not, yeah, the knock, no lie. I can see it in your eye, I can be that guy. We can go all night, me and you straight flight. G4 from the floor, getting out, that's right.
Got something for you. Come a little closer so I can show you. Do you feel what I'm saying? Do you feel the vibe? I'm the man for you, open up your eyes. Hey mommy, tell me how you like it. From the back to the top, we can try it. I'm here to please you, make it feel real good. Give it to me, mommy, like you know you should. You're the one for me, I'm the one for you. Is it on tonight? I never thought your love would come until I met you, girl. You're everything that I wanted in a lady. Baby, you're the one. Ooh, the sexy way that you wear your hair, that dress is fitting you right. You got a sexy little thing going on, girl. Got a body so tight. You're the one for me, I'm the one for you. Now tell me what you're gonna do. Is it on tonight? Is it on tonight? I wanna make love tonight. I wanna make love tonight. You're the one for me, I'm the one for you. Now tell me what you gonna do. What you gonna do? Is it on tonight? I wanna make love tonight. Now here we are, you and me all alone. Can I have this dance, baby? While the DJ's playing our favorite song, it's on. Now come a little closer, girl. Guaranteed I'll rock your world. There's nothing that I wouldn't do. I wanna spend my life with you. I'm the one for you. Now tell me what you gonna do. What you gonna do? Is it on tonight? On tonight. I wanna make love tonight. I wanna make love tonight. You're the one for me, I'm the one for you. Now tell me what you gonna do. What you gonna do, babe? On tonight. Is it on tonight? I wanna make love tonight. I wanna make love to you. I want your body. You want my body. I want your body. You want my body. I want your body, baby. You want my body. I want your body. You want my body. You're the one for me, I'm the one. You're the one, baby. Tell me what you gonna do. The one for me. On tonight, I wanna make love tonight. I wanna make love. One for me, I'm the one for you. Now tell me what you gonna do. What you gonna do, girl? On tonight, is it on? I wanna make love tonight. I wanna make love.
There.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back, and that was two more from Real Ready, and yeah, those were nice tracks, and appreciate the comments in the chat room. Will does. And before we move on, because we're gonna get some information from Will and all that kind of good stuff. But hey, Will, I know a lot of people ask sometimes, they want to know how do you get the name? Your name, you're Will Ready.
It's
Uh-oh.
actually my real name. It's actually my real name cut in half.
Okay.
My real name is William Redditt, but you cut it in half as Will Ready.
Oh, nice.
And But who came up with the name? It wasn't me. Y'all, I don't know if y'all heard of Brown Mark. He used to be the bass player for Prince in Revolution.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, he was doing some stuff for us in Minneapolis. And all the other acts, when we went up there, all the other acts would be scared to just get on the stage, but I wasn't. So every time they asked me to do something, I would get up there. And he came up with that. And then it's just so happened. It so happened it's my name cut in half, my full name cut in half.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Cool.
That's it. That's it.
You'll be ready. Well, you could have been named Will Be. Will be ready.
Gotta be.
All right, brother. Well, those are some great tracks, man, and we definitely appreciate you coming through. But before we let you go, we need to get some information out to the listeners as far as where they can go and get the music and your website stuff, all that, everything you want to plug. Just do it.
Everything about me is on my website. That's www.willready.com. WILLREADY.com. You can listen to my music. You can see my promotional video. You can reach me on social media from my website. Everything is there, just from the website. You don't have to go searching. It's right in front of you.
Yes.
Well, and David McLorren gave you a shout out.
Huh?
David McLorren gave you a shout out.
Tell Dave I say I appreciate it and much love on that.
There you go, Ninja.
I don't have a nickname.
I appreciate the time. I've enjoyed it. And it's good to see old friends and stuff and make new ones.
Oh, yeah.
So and I encourage every artist out there, help each other, support each other, and let's make sure we keep supporting this indie radio because I can't afford no $3,500 a month, but I can help support an indie radio station that's playing my stuff. I can definitely do that. And matter of fact, when I get off of here, if y'all leave me away, I will donate something today.
Wow.
All right.
Well, we definitely appreciate you, man, and
that's beautiful. Thank you.
Yeah, and it was great to have you back, man, and stuff. And,
yes, absolutely.
You know, it's always good to have some of our artists, you know, return to the show and kind of give us an update on things, you know, that's been going on, and we're gonna keep looking out for you, man, and all that kind of good stuff. And
hey, one more thing.
Absolutely, go ahead.
When y'all go to my website, everybody please go to the website. When you go there, put your email address and your zip code and join my newsletter, and you can find out what I'm doing monthly, what's going on. But I appreciate y'all doing that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to do that
Absolutely.
now. Okay.
Definitely.
So I can be added to your email list.
Most definitely.
Mm-hmm. And for those of you, if you just tuned in, if you missed part of the show, you can definitely catch it later today. We'll have the archive posted up, and I'll definitely get that out to you, Will, too, for some of your,
I appreciate that.
fans as well. So,
all right.
Again, we definitely appreciate you, man, and we'll be looking out for you, brother.
Okay, and I got to take off. I got to get ready. I forgot I got to go somewhere in about another hour, so I got to go take a shower and get ready and go. So I appreciate it.
All right.
All right. Well, thank you.
Ray MAC, quit being so cool over there. Will? I said, quit being so cool over there.
All right.
Yes.
Well, I'm going to get back into the music, and we'll be back, family. Y'all keep it locked right here, and we'll be right back with some
y'all take
entertainment.
Care. Thanks,
All
Will.
All right, no problem.
Hey, man.
How do you pronounce his wife's name again?
All
And
right.
Kenjay?
We are back. And gosh, you just got through hearing sweet music there. You heard Mr. David McLorren. That track that you heard by David was called Back to Life. And before that you heard How Do I Say by Terry Tuck. Also you heard Hurt People by Joe Leavy. And Smooth Breeze by Sam Hankins. And so anyway, we're back, and we want to just one more time thank our music guest today, Mr. Will Reddy. Hope y'all enjoyed his music in the show with his interview, and of course, like I said, for those of you, if you did tune in late, there will be an archive of this posted later today, so you'll be able to catch up on what you missed. So anyway, we're back, and we're gonna get into some entertainment news from our good friend, Miss Joyce Spencer. Joyce, lay it on us. What's happening?
Lay it on us. Well, Tom Petty, guys. If you remember Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers died at 66 years old, Monday at 8:40 p.m. A shocker to everybody. Mm-hmm. And as you know, he was popular for songs like Refugee, American Girl, Free Falling. Free Falling was one of my favorites.
Yeah.
I Won't Back Down. So, and of course,
You Come Around Here No More. That's my favorite one.
Really? Okay. It was Free Falling. Loved that one. And, but of course, when somebody that famous dies, it's, you know, there's always some controversy. And his daughter was very upset with Rolling Stone magazine for reporting him dead before he actually died. And so there was some backlash there, and I think it was nice of them to just be quiet about it, and because I didn't see any rebuttal on that at all. But it turned out that it wasn't actually Rolling Stones that started reporting of him being dead before he actually died. Of course, it was CBS. And I think that
Wow.
I just did a little research on that, and it turned out it was CBS. It's, according to spin.com, which is an online news, CBS reported that Petty had died, citing the Los Angeles Police Department. So, and a half hour after that, that was 4:30 p.m., then ET, Variety, and other sources started reporting that he was dead, and that's including Rolling Stone, Entertainment Weekly, et cetera, including spin.com. And when finally I read the report from Spin, when they figured it all out, they submitted a rebuttal, and you can tell they felt kind of bad about it. But I think it's all about, we want to be the first one to get the news out because he was such a big star, so many hits and what have you. So, you know, our condolences to his daughter and the family for how it happened. This is traumatic. So you can't, I don't think anybody's upset. She used some very strong words, you guys. And just Google it and you'll see it. We're not allowed to use that kind of language on this show. But truly understandable. So we're sorry about that. Also, for people who are from Vegas or are big into the comedy arena, you may have heard of Ralphie Naydad. What a name. I just realized that. Well, at 45 years old, he died of cardiac arrest.
Wow.
And his name is, okay, comedian Ralphie May. I think that's what he used on stage, Ralphie May. He died Friday at the age of 25. And this was reported by TMZ. So, but they did report that he had been battling pneumonia over the last week, but he kept performing in his scheduled gigs in Las Vegas. So he was big in Vegas. And I did go to YouTube and listen to a couple of his. He was very funny. He was very talented. He was Def Jam type of comedian.
Okay, I got you. Yeah.
He was out there. I was like, oh, okay, all right. But to his family, we offer our condolences for you as well. But it is kind of weird. Only 45 years old, And guys, have you noticed that a lot of the, because same with Tom Petty, I think it was a heart failure with him. They found him unconscious and they revived him, but he was brain dead, so they decided to pull the plug. But it's just a mystery. Are we taking care of our hearts? What's going on? Even, like Freddie King, I saw his tribute. He just was cardiac arrest or a heart attack or what have you. So I don't know. I don't know what to make out of it. It's just something that I've noticed.
Yeah, it's crazy. Wow.
And I know we don't have much time yet, but
we got plenty of time. We can run over.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is news. Did you know that in Saudi Arabia that women could not drive? It was against the law.
Oh yeah, and they
really?
And they just supposedly I heard that they're going to change that.
Right.
It's already has been changed. They're driving now.
Yeah.
Yes, and a committee will be formed to look into how to implement that new order.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, okay.
I know it's crazy, isn't it, to even think that, that they
in this day and time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's like, wait a minute, they couldn't drive. But anyway, and on that same note, if you will, there was a video of a woman wearing a miniskirt in Saudi Arabia, a young girl. I say young girl, young lady. And let me correct that. It went viral. And now the religious police are taking steps to address the girl in offensive clothing.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, they're keep wearing those burqas and things like that,
Well, I guess that Western influence is taboo there. So driving and wearing miniskirts, can you imagine? I think I heard somewhere in the Middle East where they didn't even want Beyonce to come through. And if she did, she had to perform fully clothed. I said, not gonna happen. I can't imagine. Can you imagine? Everybody would be in the audience like, what's that?
Oh my gosh.
Can you hear the audience? Take it off.
Yeah.
All right. And another interesting bit of news. I went to the link and it just seemed pretty fishy to me. Dr. Dre, everybody know who Dr. Dre is. Supposedly, he's big in the business arena. And then he have Dr. Dre Beats, I think. He sold Beats Electronics.
Yeah, he started
in 2014, right. And now they said he's donated millions of dollars, $100 million to be exact, into research and development of cannabis lobbying efforts. Do y'all know anything about that? But supposedly...
Oh, I did see something online of that a little bit. I didn't see the whole details.
And there's a new oil, CBD oil,
right,
that now can be consumed, and they took the ingredient out that makes you high.
Yeah.
And left all the other medicinal benefits.
The TC, or what do they call it, THC or what? Yeah. Because I know one time I remember watching a documentary on this before one time, and it was a few couples. They had these little babies that were having some issues, some serious issues, where they would go into these seizures and things, and they could try to go to the doctors. Everywhere they went, they could never come up with a solution, and the poor babies would go into these real terrible seizures and stuff. And so anyway, somebody had put the word down that that they should consider getting some of that oil somehow and try that, because they said there's something in there that makes it just helps out, and when they made the connection, it actually worked, and so they end up leaving, cause I think they lived out on the East Coast at the time, and and so they packed up and came to Colorado where it's legal, so they can get it.
I'm hearing about that too.
It was in New Jersey.
It's called THC.
Yeah, THC.
That's the ingredient that was taken out that makes it, I guess the psychoactive component of THC was taken out.
Yeah.
And well, a lot of people may say, well, I don't want that anymore, but we've known for a long time there was a medicinal benefit of that. So, but anyway, that's out there. You can Google that if any of you are interested. But if it were my child, and it worked,
Yeah.
I promise you I would do it.
Yeah. Oh, most
About you want
definitely.
to.
Yeah, because I felt so bad for them little bit. Cause they
What
was
the
little
problem is
babies.
with that?
What did you say, Gary?
I know. I was just saying. I just felt so bad for that family when they were going through it
Yes.
with those babies, because they even showed it when the little child that was going into the
Went
little
into the seizure.
yeah, it was just
Oh,
heartbreaking. But I'm just glad that they found something that helped. You
it
know.
helps.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Hmm.
Absolutely. All right. Going back up, do you any of you guys remember the infamous or the famous, depending, Marilyn Manson?
Oh yeah, I remember. Crazy guy. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. Oh, yeah.
Like, he recently canceled 9 shows after a concert in New York City. He suffered an injury on the stage. There was this tall prop on the stage, and while he's performing, it just came tumbling down on him.
Wow.
And as one of the, and they said he was injured and he had to cancel all the rest of the shows. But there was one interesting comment I saw under that article was, if it were that serious, how could 2 or 3 people just lift it off of him so easily? So, but then again, if you get hit the right way, it doesn't have to be something that's a ton or what have you. So, but he's canceled all the shows. To be honest with you, I didn't even know he was still performing.
Yeah. I didn't.
So
Me either.
So they said he was crushed, and that was on Saturday, October 7th. Okay, so I'm trying to see if they said anything about. Do you know how he got his name, by chance?
No.
Well, let me look at my beautiful notes here. He based it on the names of Marilyn Monroe and Charles Manson, 2 most memorable people from the 60s. That's where he got his name. A combination of those 2 names, Marilyn, hence Marilyn Monroe, and Manson, Charles Manson.
Wow.
So anyway, he talked about they exemplified the dichotomy of positive and negative, and it represents who he is. Okay, y'all seem really excited about that. Let's move on.
Well, because I had a bad experience with having to, that I was stuck doing this concert because that's when I was still interpreting for the deaf, and this Marilyn Manson person, loosely termed there, was performing at the Alamo Dome. And so the agency that I was working with at that point had the contract with the Alamo Dome to get interpreters at every show. The Alamo Dome. And no one else wanted it, and I got stuck doing it. I didn't have a choice. And I told my boss, I said, if this thing comes back to San Antonio, I'm not doing the show. It was so disgusting. I said, I have to go major, antibacterial myself because it was so gross.
Oh my goodness.
And then he even got hurt on stage as well because he was swinging around the mic stand and hit himself on the forehead.
Dang.
I'm like, seriously, dude?
Oh.
I was like,
wow.
Okay. All right. So you have firsthand knowledge about what's going on here.
Not a pleasant experience.
No.
Okay. And last but not least, we want to say happy birthday to Chubby Checker. Everybody knows who he is. Chubby Checker. Yes.
All right.
Dudes, twist. Wow. Of course, he was born Ernest Evans, October 3rd, 1941. And of course, he's known for popularizing the twist dance style with his 1960 hit cover of Hank Ballard's R&B hits, Let's Do the Twist. And guys, I looked him up. He is still performing. He has a website. He has a schedule, everything. So good for you. I'm happy to hear that. But just a little bit of trivia here. The Twist in September 2008, the Twist topped Billboard's list of the most popular singles to have appeared in the Hot 100 since it debuted in 1958.
Wow.
I believe
so. Congratulations on that.
Oh, check
And
it
that's
out
it.
there.
And I just want to thank Debbie Faconis. She was on the show a few weeks ago.
Oh yeah, Debbie. Yeah.
Gary
Yes.
and I
Yeah.
both got an article in her blog, her jazz blog, her famous jazz blog. So I'm honored to be in there as well. So I'm glad to hear that.
Speaking of that, did you guys get a copy of her book?
No.
Okay. Well, she sent me a book, but she addressed it like to all of us. So maybe I need to share it with you guys when I get done with it.
Okay.
Yeah. So as soon as I get done, I'll get it to you guys. But
And that's why people ask, "Oh, we're in the same city," because this technology, you don't know where we are.
Yeah, it's true.
Well, see, I like it that way. It sounds like we're coming actually like we were hanging actually in G's studio, but we're not.
Exactly, and that's cool. I think that's great. And last, but absolutely not least, the reason why it's last because it's a very, very, it's not entertainment by any stretch of the imagination, but it's so in the media right now. We can't help but express our grief, our sorrow, and our heartbreaking for what happened in Las Vegas.
Oh, I know it.
Absolutely.
This we were talking about it off the air, and we cannot wrap our heads around that at all.
Yeah.
Like everybody that was out there, whether they got hit with a bullet or now my husband's ex-military, and I mispronounced it. I'm afraid to say it. What do you call when it breaks up and you get the residuals of a bullet?
Oh, shrapnel. Or...
Shrapnel, whatever. It doesn't matter. Even if you weren't touched by any of the ammunition or bullets or whatever, the trauma of it happening.
Exactly, that you were there witnessing it.
Yes.
Yeah.
You just you're seeing things happening. Because think about it, guys. You don't know where you're going to run.
Exactly.
You don't know
exactly from a sniper.
Yes, it's. I think it's an act of terrorism.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna say. It's total terror. It's total terror.
Yeah, total terror. I can't. This is awful. So just express our grief for that, and your people in Vegas, our thoughts and our prayers.
Absolutely.
And for the heroes, that there are a lot of stories out there about people who risk their lives to save some of the people who are injured, to get them in a safe place, and what have you. So there's a lot of confusion there, and we probably won't know the whole truth ever, but we know that right now is a time for comfort, prayer, and just being there for the people who suffered. It's amazing. It's so surreal.
It is. It really is.
It is.
Yeah.
And that's it.
All right. And of course, we also want to say our prayers for people in Puerto Rico too.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you.
Because there's still a lot of hurt going on there. Trying to.
Still. Oh my gosh.
They have 10% power. That's the latest I heard. 10%.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Just think about it. You think about it. You're on an island, okay? And the hurricane goes over the island and just wipes out everything. And so it's going to be months and months and months before
they get back on their feet.
Yes. So. Yeah.
Before they get to like semi-normal.
Yeah,
and
people starving, running out of food, can't get food. They try.
People were dying.
Yeah,
people were dying because they couldn't get the aid they needed, food or whatever. Just basic. When somebody's dying because in this current climate, this current world we're in, and Puerto Rico is part of the U.S. with all due respect.
Yes.
Come on now. I don't care. Well, I don't care what happened before the storm. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Right. It's what happened now.
And exactly. And there are people suffering.
The aid now.
Yes, they need the aid now. And when you don't have a clean place to stay, and you got water, you got diseases, you have all kinds of things that can happen. You have clean water or food, and people are dying.
Oh, yeah.
What do they call the governor? That's not called the governor. Who's the top leader in the island? Mayor, governor, or whatever. Oh, that said she was crying.
Yeah.
Because
he was the mayor.
So helpless. Is the mayor? Okay. The mayor felt just totally helpless, and I can't I just can't imagine how she was feeling. So
Yeah, it's devastating. It's very devastating.
Well, you know, they're getting ready to have another one. It's going to hit Mississippi.
Yeah, I saw that too. Nate, is it Nate? Did I hear that right?
I think it was Nate.
I think so.
Okay.
I think so. So, yeah, it's just a lot going on. A lot going on.
There is.
I want to see what Trump going to do about this one.
We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah. Well, prayers going up.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Well, gosh, I guess we're ready to head out.
Hit the road, Jack.
Yeah. Now next week we got some lineups for the following all of October. So
October's booked.
Yeah. So go ahead.
Yay.
Grizz, go ahead. Give us the rundown, Grizz.
Okay, well, definitely next week is our friend making a comeback to GHP Radio, Mark Arthur Miller. He'll be our guest next week. And Joyce, who's the following guest? Because I don't know exactly the person's name.
Well, Yvonne Harris, the daughter of the late, great Eddie Harris. And also Mrs. Harris will also be on the show with Yvonne. Yvonne is her name. So it's going to be very, very interesting because, as you know, Eddie Harris crossed from traditional to some funk stuff. So it's going to be, I'll have some music for you, Gary.
Cool.
And then the last Saturday of October will be another return guest, Tony Exum.
Yes.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yay.
Yeah.
Okay, Tony.
So.
Yep. So can't wait to see him again and talk to him.
I love the sexy artists.
Yes, indeed.
S-A-X, y'all. Okay, get it? I know y'all did, but just in case, don't tell my husband, did you hear your wife say?
Right. Okay, well, great. Yeah. Things to look forward to. And, of course, like I said again, thank you, Will, for your coming through with your music. And then we look forward to all these other great artists and stuff to come up. And if you're listening, your artists out there, you want to get on, come on the show, just hit me up on either, if you're my friend on Facebook, hit me up and let me know what your schedule's like. We can get you scheduled, or if you have music you want me to get on, just hit me up. And of course, my email, you can always reach me at gfuston@yahoo.com. And like I said, we'll see what we can do to make it happen. So, great. Well, y'all have a great weekend, everybody, and be sure to come back next week and bring some friends with you as well. We always appreciate more folks coming to the show. And with that said, I'm going to pass it over to my co-host.
Okay, Ray.
It's quiet.
Ray.
Nice.
Do you want to say
something? I will go.
Somebody say something.
Okay, Mac has nothing but dead air right now.
Yeah, we can't hear you, Ray. You must
don't know what happened, y'all.
You must got your mute on.
But anyway, I'm Joyce Spencer. I really had a great time today. As Gary said, please spread the word about the Indie Live Spot. This thing can just grow and grow and grow to support indie artists. And hopefully, Gary will add to his website the donate button again, because there are some expenses in that, and we could all support and come together and support. So thank you for being here today. And if you have something that you want me to talk about as news going on in your life, I'm talking about your personal business life in terms of being an independent artist, please inbox me on Facebook or go to my website, joycespencermusic.com, and hit contact and send the information to me. I would love to talk about independent artists. Trust me. And that's it. Chris.
Ray, you're next.
Oh, Ray? Okay. We didn't hear him, so I think we're going to have to pass on Ray.
I was doing something else right quick.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
Well, y'all have a good weekend. See y'all next week. Be good.
Guess the candle done went out.
No, did you hear that? Like that very white kind of begun.
I'm looking on this boy's thing over here.
He's trying to sound like all very white. Begun.
No. I'm not trying to sound like that.
That's what it sounded like.
I'm actually speaking in my own voice. I'm not trying to imitate or do anything of anybody else.
Your pitch did go kind of low there.
And
it's
mix
okay.
stuff. I don't know.
Dude, it was sarcasm.
Oh, Rich just threw some shade. Burry White. Henry said Burry White. B-U-R-Y.
Johnson Berry toenail white. Oh, goodness. All right.
Very toenail white. Oh, Johnny. Okay, well, thank you for hello. Can't even talk anymore. I thank as well Will Ready for being here, that he spent the time with us, that he came back to visit. Yay, it was nice to see him again. Thank you, chat room, my gang in the chat room. You guys are awesome, awesome, awesome beyond and beyond, to infinity and beyond. Thanks for being here and supporting. We love seeing everyone in the chat room. Hey, invite a friend, guys, so they can sit a spell with us, okay? The more people we invite, the bigger this GHP Radio grows. All right. Well, have a great weekend. Be safe out there, and we will see you next week with our special guest, Mark Arthur Miller.
All right.
Bye.
All right. Well, we'll see you guys next week. Y'all have a great weekend.
Ciao.
Take me on the smooth